Hello Capricorns, welcome to Tarot Predictions guys. This is going to be a reading for the full moon into Gemini, and before we start I want to remind you that if you do want a personal reading with me, you can purchase one at www.tarotpredictions.net, written here in the description of the video, or you can follow me at Instant Go iOS app, and there you can purchase as well a reading with me. Now the first card, which marks the topic of this full moon period of time for you, that is going to be the Eight of Cups. And into your career or into your relationship, you gotta do something about to put a stir into your situation. Why? Well, into your career especially, it doesn't seem that your things are simply gonna go through, especially if you're dealing with other people or with your projects. In other words, guys, some ways of how you're doing things needs to be abundant. I mean, you need to implant different strategies. You need to look at things from different perspective and to recognize which is working out and which is doesn't working out, and whatever doesn't work out, simply leave it that way, move on from it. So because you inevitably will reach a new brighter perspective coming up soon. Very important here for career guys is to recognize, especially if this is about a whole job, to recognize when one job does not offer you any more progress. And as much painful as it may sound, you have to start thinking about changing that job. I'm talking about thinking about changing that job rather than frantically jump into searching into another job, because here we do have also an aspect of the card where you may not really know what you want to do after you quit that job. So it's about like continuously working on what you're doing right now, but in the same time seeking your happiness somewhere else. Into your relationship, this card shows the stoic routine that you will have with your partner here. Nothing extraordinary really happens. Some of the situation will not be something that you would be proud of, or that's something that you would like, and with that, on that note, this card represents you with an urge for you to do something about it, to place an impulse into your relationship, guys, and to regain back the enthusiasm and the initial impulse of what the relationship had in the start. We're going to see that case in the third card, which is going to be the intentions, and we're going to see how can make that happen. But for now, that is it. I mean, yeah, one situation may be misfortunate, it may not be what you have expected, it may not be what you have planned, but it is what it is, guys. The best thing you can do for now is just move on and move along with it, so you can face a brighter future. One more thing I want to say about that card is that in this particular full moon period of time, in a certain aspect of your lives, you are about to get what you want. But why it's going to be misfortunate in a certain cases, it is because it is likely that you don't know what you want, or you think you want something just so you can get it and realize that it is not what you have wanted. Okay, the next card, it is the difficulties you may face during these couple of weeks period of time, and that will be the Six of Cups. And talking about your career, the creative expression that you do have toward your projects or toward your things and deeds is simply going to face a wall. Either it's not going to be approved by your supervisors or by your bosses, or you will left misunderstood from your co-workers when you propose a brilliant maneuver, or when you propose a certain approach on a thing that has to be fixed. Either way, guys, or even if it happens, it doesn't look like that you will feel joy from it. Okay, so the advice of this card is to focus rather on the small things into your career, to focus rather doing one step at the time instead of striving for the grand scheme of things. You know what I mean? And despite that your creativity right now is going to face a wall and maybe your maneuvers aren't going to work out very well, it doesn't mean that they have to go into the garbage. Just on the contrary, guys, maybe you have overlooked something. Maybe you have overlooked a certain detail. Maybe it's just you are surrounded with the wrong people as well. You shouldn't accept that card as a complete failure. Just on the contrary, that card shows you that you are way too naive, or you are believing in something that is way too perfect to happen, you know. And into your relationship, this card expresses the disconnection in between the joy in between the two people. In other words, the activity your partner would want to take, it will be something you would rather not take. So it's kind of like these kind of differences that needs to be aligned here, Capricorns, because this card really expresses the synchrony in between the emotional and the physical connection with your partner, and there will be a disruption somewhere there in between the physical and the emotional connection with your partner. So you may feel what I'm trying to say is that you may feel that you need a little bit of a break from the relationship, but in the same time your partner may demand to have connection with you, in other words, to spend time with you, and that will be heavy on you, and you need to make something about it, you know. And we're going to see what that is in the next couple of cards. Now the next card, it will be the intentions, and here we do have the strength card. First things first, guys, talking about your career, you need to be very calm and very confident. You need to act out of confidence regarding the things you need to deal with. This card shows that you need to show extraordinary amounts of enthusiasm to take on these difficulties you are going to face and to prove people wrong. And as we are talking about the creativity is going to face the wall, this card shows that you don't have to convince anybody how good you are in what you're doing. Just on the contrary, do what you're doing, do what you are good at, and inevitably is going to end up successful. It is just people that does not believe in you, people that doesn't want to hear, doesn't want to listen to you, it is their own fault. It is they which are the losers here in that particular situation. So regardless of that, you know, you may not be accepted as well as you should be regarding your maneuvers into your career. This should not discourage you, guys. Just on the contrary, it should make you even more aggressive, in a sense of more bruising upon the situation, with calmness again and with patience, knowing that inevitably these people are going to ask you for advice, or are going to clinch upon your ideas. It is because they will be left with no options available, or they are going to realize that you know, what they're trying to do is stupid, and what you are trying to tell them to do, it is in fact the thing that they need to start doing. Talking about your relationship with this card, well, that speaks that you can reconnect with your partner through passion and through more sexual activity than usual. So yeah, well, basically this is what you need to do. Basically this is what I can say about that card regarding to your relationship. As a follow-up in the previous two, you can reconnect with your partner through boosted sexuality, guys, and a lot of passion. You need to know that you should not give up from that relationship if the relationship is advanced, and you have to show a little bit more patience toward the shenanigans your partner is giving to you as well. The next card, it is the lesson you need to learn, and this is the Two of Wands. And as a lesson, this card shows that sometimes you need to demand, sometimes you need to implant your authority into the matter. So talking about your your career, it does look like that you have a certain authority, and there is not a better timing for you to use that authority to have the things your way. And in your relationship is the same thing, but you need to be careful here not to demand way too much, because the relationship a little bit more fragile than the career, and sometimes you may start demanding way too much, being blind for how your partner is feeling, and you can lose everything in reality. But this this particular period of time is going to teach you how you can prevent crossing the line. Okay, so in other words, you are going to demand just as much, or kind of like you will be bruising just as much, so it can be healthy on the relationship, instead of you know, stifle your partner in a way that they just cannot stand you anymore. And last but not least, we do have the energies here. First, that will be the Lover's card. And first, talking about your career, these energies are going to help you take a very important decision probably at the end of these couple of weeks. And the decision, what the energies are going to present to you, is a decision that is a win-win situation. So you should not think it way too much, guys, but you should kind of like do what you either think is right, or either it is kind of what was I seeking to say? Yeah, either it is what is right to be done, or either what is beneficial for you. It's gonna go either way. But in general, this card as an energy allows you to mitigate and manage with a crisis very, very productively. It is because inevitably people are gonna, as I said, see it your way, and you are about to reach very strong harmony into your co-working relationships with the people you're working with. Talking about your relationship, this card, guys, represents, well, it's kind of dangerous in a just established relationship. Now, these energies here may show you that the person you fall in love with, it is not what you thought it is. In other words, you have fallen in love with the wrong person, and in reality these energies are shielding you from being hurt in the future. And this is what the choice is: should I stay or should I go? And it differs for every single one of you. But in advanced relationship, like a family relationship, these energies are in fact going to strengthen the bond of the relationship, guys, through the sexuality, as we see before, and is going to make you love your partner even more, and is going to show you a new meaning of love that you will have towards your partner. And as well, they are going to create harmony in between you and them after, you know, the demands are done and fulfilled. So that was the tarot reading for you, Capricorns, for the full moon into Gemini period of time, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it is remotely helpful to your situation. And again, if you do want a personal reading with me, you can purchase one at www.tarotpredictions.net, which is written here in the description of the video, or you can follow me at Instant Go application, iOS application, and you can purchase your reading from there. That being said, people, I wish you the best of luck in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to see each other next time. Until then, bye.